Welcome, everybody, to our podcast here in July. I'm excited to talk to you about things that are going on in the market and prep you for the balance of the summer. First of all, we're in the third week of July, so we're now getting deep into earnings season for the second quarter. And there has been a few minor misses, but most companies that have reported thus far have beat their earnings expectations. So we're on a really good bullish tone. Now, we're getting a lot of calls in the office right now because some of people's favorite stocks that carried the market for a year and a half have been victims of profit taking recently. So we call the Magnificent Seven, and if you listen to CNBC or any of the financial blogs or programs, you're going to be familiar with these stocks. We have the three A's: Apple and Alphabet and Amazon. Then we have Microsoft, and then we have Nvidia, and we have Meta Platforms, which is Facebook, and Tesla. So those seven stocks were responsible for about half of the S&P's gain last year, and for most of the gains in the first quarter of this year. Now we've had those stocks that have come off their highs, and they have been the focal point of some selling going on here in July, and clients have began to panic. But we've had a really exciting rotation of asset classes as a result of these mega cap tech stocks selling off. Small caps, which are represented by the Russell 2000 index, have had their best month and best quarter that they've had in years. And that's because they have gotten cheap, they've been neglected, and now with the Fed looking more like it's probable that he will lower interest rates sometime in the fall. Analysts are betting on September, that would be consensus. People are wanting to get involved in those companies that have greater growth stories but depend more on financing. So they're a little more weighted towards what the Fed does. They all of a sudden are where the action is. They're cheaper and there's more promise in those companies. Fortunately, those of you that are our clients know that we equal weight small and mid caps with large caps. So this period of time has actually been great for our portfolio models. And it has spurred on more growth in our bonds because as interest rates go down, prices of existing bonds go up. So if you're like us and you believe that you should hold all the asset categories, you should have growth and value, small cap, large cap. You should have some sleeves outside the United States in your portfolio model, and you should have a few bond weightings for hedges as well as just slower growth, right? Stabilization factors in the portfolio. You're loving this environment. Now, what's to come? We're going to finish up earnings season. We believe we'll have bullish tone till the middle of August because of earnings season. And then we go through a period of time that seasonally is weaker for the market, which is August and September through the first part of October. I prep, all my clients every year for this. I'm famous for telling people since World War II, our weakest month is September on the S&P. Second weakest month is August. And that's followed by our best months. We do the best between the middle of October and the end of the year, all the way through the end of January, actually. December being our best month on average since World War II by far in the S&P. November is the second best month, and January is the third best month. And it kicks off with earnings in October for the third quarter. So what do? Well, we make sure our portfolios are balanced. And if we're overweight stocks and underweight bonds, this is a perfect time to rebalance. Take some of those profits from stocks and add to your bonds to make sure that you deal with the volatility that we usually have in the summertime. What if you have cash available? What if you have more than you need for your emergency funds in cash and cash equivalent? This is exactly the time when smart money goes to work. If you come with $1 million in cash to me, I'm going to tell you, let's invest 50% of it right now, and 50% let's layer in the market in equal proportions in August, September, and October, and be fully saddled up by the middle of October so we get that seasonal run in the fall that has been very dependable over the years since I've been in the business. Okay, so don't be rattled by a rotation of asset classes. Be grateful for that. It allows this market advance and this current bull market to have legs that are going to last a lot longer than if we had just a narrow group of leadership and everything else kind of lackluster. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. What I, in my financial prayers, have been praying for is rotation of asset classes. So be excited. Take advantage of the summer months. Don't worry about politics. Politics are just noise. You'll notice that with the crazy debate and the President Biden decided not to run all of a sudden, and then a new Democratic, representative, Vice President Harris, and all the stuff going on with the Republican camp. That's a lot of noise, a lot of static, but just know the market doesn't care much about that. They don't. You'll notice with all those things we've been seeing in the news, the market has been non-responsive. The market cares about monetary policy, cares what Jerome Powell, our Fed chief, says, cares about liquidity and cost of money, and cares about all the things that we're monitoring, what inflation looks like, what's going on with consumer spending, which has been incredibly bullish. And we're in the second year of an expansion in our economy that rose from the 2022 bear market. These things typically are 5 to 7 years. Everyone's different, but I feel like we're in early innings. So stay positive, stay connected to me. Let us guide you through this changing landscape and help us to help you be successful. Talk to you next month.